heard weekly over this radio station at this hour. The principal speaker is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah. Mr. Muhammad's work of moral reformation among the so-called American Negro is being widely acclaimed here in America and abroad. Now, Mr. Muhammad.
You shouldn't understand your book. Remember, we play a continuous warning and prophecy concerning that lost sheep. He must be found. Jesus went away. He didn't say that I have found the lost sheep. Is that right? Not one place do you find in the gospel where Jesus said, I have found that lost sheep, and that I have restored him to his rightful place. Is that right? No, it's not there. But he even died himself, prophesying of one coming from God. Dying himself and telling the world, I go away, meaning I die. And that is expedient that I die. It's natural that I die as all other prophets. But nevertheless, he will send you one. Do you understand the scripture? The Father will send you one in my name. Not I won't come back any more than Moses. But he will send you one. The same one that Moses saw, I seen coming. He won't come as I, nor as Moses. But he will be sent directly from God, and God will be with him, and he will be with God, and God will speak to him and deliver his message directly in his mouth, and he won't speak a thing unless he gets it from God. Think of it. Not his word, not his will. Think of it. But he will speak that which God gives him. And God will be with him to guide him. Think of it. And if you don't hear him, there's many more I see coming. Jesus prophesied that there were another one coming. Why are you looking for Jesus? Look for the one that he prophesied that God would send. You say, well, that was his Spirit. My friend, don't be foolish. Do you not think that God had been so unjust to the prophets of old? Ever since Adam, he had been so unjust and so cold to those people that he would not even give them the Spirit from himself, that he had to wait until he make a son, and that son had to die or be killed before ever that he would send the Spirit. My friend, don't be foolish. Those men had the Spirit of God. Moses had the Spirit of God. Adam once had the Spirit of God. Now, what are you talking about? That the Holy Ghost come after is, who is the Holy Ghost? Search the Scripture. Turn it upside down. Question the teachers. Go talk back to the teacher. Tell the teacher, tell me something or give me some sense about this thing or throw the book in the fire. Think it over. If we have a book that the truth is in and none understands that truth, it's better that we throw it in the fire. Remember, my friend, that the truth hurts. But you should know it. There is no such thing. Take the Holy Quran have no prophecy in it of a coming Jesus to die on a cross. But yet Christians believe it to be a book from God. But yet it don't have no prophecy of a man coming to die on the cross to pay this debt of a sinful one who was here about 4,000 years before he. That is really foolish. I would look back at my dad and tell my dad, I think, Dad, you're out of your head telling me to go now and die for a man that you made yourself 4,000 years ago, and now you want me to die to pay his sins. Why didn't you make him to pay his own sins then? It is that truth that's been sealed up. You have been taught to believe like that. But that's wrong. Wrong, my friend. Think over these things. Now, here comes God. Hey, son, now you must be killed because Adam sinned. 4,000 years ago, that was my first man, and I could not keep him right. And now you're the only righteous one I have made. And now I'm going to make you die for all the other unrighteous that I made. It's nothing but truth, that's all. How would you feel for God to tell you that, now listen, since that Abraham Lincoln, he freed you, and your fathers was not free, and they didn't know anything about my son Jesus, they didn't allow them to go to church. Now, since they did not get into the church to read and know about my prophets, I would like that you pay their debt that they owe me by allowing you yourself to be killed, to pay the debt of your grandparents who did not know letter, nor the spirit of letter. So you must now be sacrificed for them. You will say, oh, God. At least you're going to think when you leave here. whether you believe Muhammad or not, I will assure you this: Muhammad will make you think different. But you are dying in the church, breaking chairs and benches down, throwing your pocket book purses at the preacher. When he began to tremble and say, he died, he died. Wait a minute. I don't mean that I don't love Jesus. I love Moses and Jesus. I love all the prophets. But you have misunderstood this thing. You dying and trembling because that you heard the preacher say that they nailed him to the cross and they scared him through his heart and he died. But you didn't tremble and jump up and throw your purse at the news and fall out over benches and say that you heard over the radio and in the papers you read it with your own eyes that the southern white man lynched one of your brothers down there. You did cry. You dismissed it out of your mind as soon as you read it. Oh, well, that's been going on for years. Do you mean to say that's been going on for years? And Jesus have not been going on for years? Why, Jesus been dead 2,000 years ago. And you talking about this going on for years, and you haven't been here but 400 years. While Jesus been killed now 2,000 years. 5 times 400. And you... And you hear just a crying over them killing him. Did not you read in the same book that those people killed some more prophets? You read in the book where that they taken and put one in a hot tulip of Abraham. Tried to boil him alive. Think over that. You didn't cry off from that. You also read where that one was put in a hollow log and was sawn asunder. And yet you didn't cry off from that. Well, what is it you crying off from Jesus so much for and can't cry off from one of you that is killed here today? Let's see, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let us reason together. I don't want you to think that I'm contrary. I just want you to think that I want to agree with you on the principles of truth. Let's see. Now, since that we can't grieve and cry over one of us that is slaughtered right in our face today, and yet we can grieve and cry over the death of Jesus and no other prophet back there. Not even does you cry over reading anything such as brutality given to people beyond Jesus. But you just cry over Jesus. Is that right? let's see. Have Jesus did you any good? All I want to do is to have a little common agreement among you. How many of you have Jesus answered your prayer to deliver you from the lynch limb? Huh? With all of your praying and with all the prayers of your church, you are still subject to lynching. Think over that. With all of it. And right today, you want to integrate. Is that right? The president said no in actions. When your preacher went before him, he didn't say nothing. Silent give consent. And the governor out there in Arkansas, what is the name? Yeah, Arkansas. That is a kind of southern state anyway. Yeah. He got re-elected because he didn't like integration. Is that right? He's going to beat the president. Yes, right. Because about 2/3 of the people out there went for him. Or more. You think the president will get that many votes this year, next year, to keep him in office? I don't think he will get 2/3 the votes of the country. No. I think he's going to be the loser. Maybe you see it different. But listen, if the governor out there and his people who are white and he's white don't like that your black boys and girls sit in the school with their children, what right you have to be pestering the president to make them to allow you to get in their school? As long as they give you the same textbook that their children read. Well, you don't need no getting in there just to sit beside the white child. Your black baby can sit beside its brother black baby. They will get along much more peaceful. I'm satisfied. Because people of the same cannot be so disagreeable. But when you mix people, you can bring about disagreement. Now, why don't you, instead of going to the president, why don't you go to Jesus about this thing? It is wonderful, isn't it? No, don't pray to Jesus. Jesus went to the Jews. He was the last prophet that was given or sent to the Jews. He was born among the Jews. He didn't have to go to the Jews. He was born among the Jews. You said, no, he came from heaven. Well, wait a minute. According to the history of Jesus, a woman by the name of Mary gave birth to him in Palestine 2,000 years ago. And that woman didn't say that she saw no sun falling out of the sky to her. Okay, let's go after some more truth. You say, well, when he rose again, he went to heaven. Went to what heaven? Now, prove yourself. Went to what heaven? You say he was seen taken up. He went on up, and a cloud overshadowed him. You saw him? If you saw him, that wasn't Jesus. I want you to think over some facts. If Mary didn't see him come down from heaven, how did you see him go up to heaven? You just need truth, that's all. You just need to be awakened up. No, I know you don't like Elijah because Elijah tells truth. As I read in a paper where a Jew said that Elijah and his disciple Malcolm was the worst two so-called so-and-so there was in America. Well, he said the same thing about Jesus. So I'm not surprised. I would have been surprised if he had said Elijah and his disciple are the best two men. I would have been surprised then. I would have looked at him to see was he in his right mind. Because I know naturally he would not have said that if he had been in his right mind. His right mind is to say something other than good. Jesus gone up into heaven. I want you people to remember that you just fail to understand. There's something to it. But you have not gotten the right truth of it. Mary found the baby in her, not coming out of the sky, like any other woman. Mary was told. She had an revelation, an inspiration from the Lord, like some of the other women who were before her, who were successful or was lucky to give birth to a prophet or to a child that was going to be a prophet. They were also told or warned, not warned, but it was revealed to them about their son was going to be a prophet. Mary had the same revelation. Not that some spooky God come along, she couldn't see him, she couldn't feel him, but yet he's producing a son. Now, get out of that, sisters. Get out of that, brother. Now, you sisters know that I'm telling the truth, that you... you go marry a man, and that man, he stays away from you. And you can never see the man, nor can you feel the man. And then you will come up one morning and say, I have a baby. Who is his father? By the man that I even can't feel, and by the man that I never seen. Well, now, you know you never make another man believe that. Could Mary be so smart in her days that she could just fool Joseph and tell him, Joseph, oh, no, this is not your baby. But his father is not a man. Joseph could easily look and say, this baby here looks like the work of a man, not the work of somebody who's not a man. Wake up and understand the Scripture. It don't mean like that. The Christians have been so carried away with trying to make Jesus a God until that they have gone to the extreme. They have misinterpreted. They have mixed the history of Jesus with the history of the Medians. The coming of God in the last day. Therefore, now they have it so mixed that they cannot untangle the thing they tangle up themselves without somebody probably tangling their head. They wouldn't like to tell you that they made a mistake. They was trying to fix it up to keep you from knowing. But now we got ourselves confused. They wouldn't like for you to tell you that. You would be ready to go for their head. But use common sense. If God was a spirit and he revealed a flesh child in Mary, and when that flesh child have served the purpose of that spirit God, and now when that flesh have been made a sacrifice and have completed the work that it was created for, when that son goes back to his father, if his father is a spirit, would his father receive that wounded flesh? Since he's not flesh, he would ask for the son that he sent into the flesh. Is that right? That's right. Wait a minute. I'm not through with it. If now he sent a son in a flesh, and if that son rose up the third day in the flesh, as he was put in the same that he was put to death in, and the people saw him leaving the earth in the body that they killed him in, and the body that slept in the earth in death for 3 days, now they see it leaving the earth. That's contrary to the law of nature. Wait a minute. Would not it be possible that the earth would say to that body, now here, you going back to your father, and your father is not flesh and blood. I give you flesh. I give you those bones. I give you that blood. Leave that here with me and go on back to your father like you was before. You say that when you die and rise again, you are going to see Jesus because you will be like Jesus. To be like Jesus, according to the Bible, after he rose from death, you will have to rise up with a body like the one that you went to death in. If you were wounded, you must show that same wound like the Jesus. My friend, don't you see where you put yourself? You'll make a fool out of yourself. Could Jesus have lived in any place 2,000 years with a heart still bleeding and with the gash cut in that part never as yet healed? Would that be justice for his father to allow him to still sit up there in heaven with a heart cut wide open by a soldier 2,000 years ago and he won't heal it? My friend, that is it. That is it. Maybe you will go back home and think it over and will say, well, God can do all what he wanted in order to bring out your own ignorant thoughts about it. But I say, wake up. Stop believing like that. Some of us is so ignorant that we'll say, he can't stop me from believing in my Jesus. No, I'm not trying to stop you from believing in your Jesus. But I'm trying to get you some sense in believing in your Jesus and stop believing in a Jesus that went to the Jews 2,000 years ago. That was the Jews' Jesus, not your Jesus. That Jesus prophesied of a Jesus coming to you at the end of the Caucasian's time. Now, what right you have to be sitting down groaning and looking for that one that went to the Jews? He's not coming to you, nor is he coming to them, because he's over there still dead. He have not gone off the earth. Who said he's off the earth? Come follow me. I will show you where he is. I can carry you and show you the body of Jesus, but you can't carry me and show me the one that you say is in heaven. Now, if I say, here is the body of Jesus they killed 2,000 years ago, still in bombs, and will be there for some more thousands of years. Now, then I will turn to you. Now, I demand you to bring that one out of heaven and show him to me. And you can't do it. No, you can't do it. But yet you will, with your crazy belief, say, I believe it just the same. But what good is it for me to say, I believe that I can do this. I can get up on the roof of this house and jump down headlong on the sidewalk and won't bust my skull. But that's believing. But if you tell me, don't jump off then. That's the proof. All right, let's get through with it. Now here we comes back again. If that the Scripture is written on the basis of finding, restoring a people that has been lost from God and from their own kind, if the Scripture closes with the finding of that lost one and the destruction of those who captured them and helped them in captivity. Oh, what you talking about now, Muhammad? I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Those people that were in Egypt, according to the Bible, God loved them so well that he threatened to destroy all the people of the earth that would not recognize them. Is that right? He said, I will go before you and I will destroy the nations before you who has not worshipped me. Huh? I will give to you their land, their cities that your hand has not built. Huh? Now, if God had did so much for people in the past, and now he destroys a beast, symbolic beast in the Revelation, to free the Lamb and 144,000, to place them in their own land. I said to you, my friend, where is the prophecy concerning the so-called Negro in America who has been lost from his own people for 400 years and who has been beaten and trodden by his masters and who has been shot down like a beast or like an animal, who has been trampled under the foot, spit in the face, who has been nursed and taught by murderers and robbers.
That's right.
Where you get that from, Elijah? Certainly, according to the history, murderers and robbers taught our people. I said to you, my friend, where is the Savior coming to you? Where is a prediction in there that you will return? If you're going to give all of these predictions and the returning of the house of Israel to Israel, where is your house that you must return to? Who is your your people? Who are you? And who are your people? Who is your God that thinks something of you, that will give a little time out of heaven to come and seek you? If he had time to leave heaven and go seek the house of Israel in Egypt, and had time to go and seek a son in Palestine to die for that same rebellious house, I said to you, where is any justice in that God if he won't send someone or come himself after you and I? I don't want a God that thinks so much of other people and don't think nothing of me while I'm spending all of my time trying to pray and worship him. That any murderer can walk up to me and blow my brains out and he won't say nothing. But bless the murderer. I said to you, think over your own self and stop thinking over other people. You hate me today because that I'm preaching in your behalf. And if I don't preach in your behalf, you would hate me. But now I preach in your behalf, and that preaching is true. And you hate me because that I don't preach in behalf of an enemy of God whom God himself has given to us the knowledge of that enemy, and given to us the knowledge of the coming day of doom for that enemy. You said he's teaching hatred because that he don't teach us to believe that they are God's people too. They are God's people, but what God? They are the God people that Jesus said they were. Jesus said to them, my words have no place in you. Huh? Why? Because you are the children of the devil. Huh? And your father was the devil. And I saw your father fall from heaven like lightning, meaning that not that he saw actually a person falling, but he saw the history, he knows the history of your father. And he knows why he fell from paradise. It was because of his murderous intention there. My friend, wake up. Wake up. I said, everybody will respect you when you respect yourself. Everybody will love you when you love yourself. You love everybody but yourself, and that means you don't love nobody. Because a man don't love himself, he don't love no other man. He's either lying or a big hypocrite on both sides. Oh. First, love self. Some of us go and say, I love everybody. That's the biggest lie you ever told in your life. That is the thing that God can't do. God can't love everybody. Oh, yes, God loves everybody. If he loves everybody, then all right, why he want to kill somebody? Huh? If he loves everybody, why did he tell his prophets, I'm going to destroy every wicked person on the planet? Well, then if he loved those wicked people, he would not destroy them. Look what the book says, that God said out of his own mouth. He said, I was not Jacob and Esau brothers, and yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau. What are you talking about? Why don't you wake up and understand? He's teaching hate. Because I speak the truth, you call it hate. If I say your name is Fanny, and you say, I can't find another name for me but Fanny, well, why are you calling me a hate teacher because I call you by your name? Huh? all praise is due to Allah. Is it hate for me to say that you are the people of God, that you are the children of the Most High? Is that hate? Is it hate that I said to you that there's another people standing there beside you are not from the God of truth, they are from the devil? And if that people can be proven that they are from the devil, what right you have to say that I'm teaching hate just because I told the truth on the people? I say you have it wrong. I'm not teaching hate. I'm teaching the truth.
That's right.
But the truth hurts. But why do you not read and understand your scripture, wherein it says in Thessalonians, there around the 2nd and 17th verse, I think it is, that the son of that man of sin must be revealed. Is that right? There cannot be a judgment until the man of sin be revealed. It would be unjust on the part of God to pass judgment upon people that didn't know why they was doing wrong. You have been charged with breaking the divine law, and you want to know, why did I do so? Well, here is the cause. You have been drinking out of this glass, and the water that was in that glass made you do that. Well, then take that water in that glass away from me, and I won't do it. Huh? All right. These are the days in which you must know the truth. These are the days that it's coming to you, whether you like it or not. And the thing you don't want to hear, and that is this, that you must be separated. You don't want to be separated. But I said to you, I say you must wake up. Must wake up. Here is the Holy Quran you know nothing about today. Good book, and no one of you know anything about it. What was it given for? What is the base of its teaching? The base of its teaching is the resurrection of that mental dead people and the placing of that people again in the gardens of paradise. That's the base of the Holy Quran's teaching. Right guidance for people who have lost their way, who have lost themselves from the right path. And that people is made to pray to Allah. Oh Allah, guide me on the right path. Let's go. This is the Holy Quran speaking. Ask for a people who are lost and must now be put on the right path. Now, and the good end of that guidance is what? A new people, a new heaven on earth. People living in paradise beneath which rivers flow. People robed in silk interwoven with gold. People given palaces and provisions. Think over that. A happy place on earth is promised to that people who will return to their own. Could that be the Israelites too? No. That is not the Israelites. And don't give the Israelites any credit about being the promised one for such future. No. The Holy One teaches that that race of people will be destroyed when that time comes. First belongs to the God, pardon me, the Lord. And the people whom it actually did not belong by divine right. We have crawled out of our beds and went out of our homes, slept in the bushes. Yeah. That's right. Slept in the woods to give our homes over to a people that actually, by right, by divine right, did not own our homes, was not given our homes in the beginning. Truth you must know. I say again, the Bible and the Holy Quran is all after you and me. If we sum up the teaching of all three scriptures, the Torah, the Gospel, and the Holy Quran, they all refers to you and I.
That's right.
Using other people's history to teach you of your own. Think of it, my friend. Once I was a Mason too. Until I became a Muslim, I was a Mason. But you must remember that the Holy One teaches that a Muslim, a Muslim, is the brother of the Muslim. You must remember the scripture, the rituals that they use concerning a lost architect. Think of it. It also goes back searching for a man that once was at home. The base of their secret is this, that a man was once at home and he fell in the hands of strangers who robbed him and killed him and buried his body due west. You must remember that we have that. If we are studying that and learning what it means and who it actually really is, then I say you are wise. You must remember, my friend, that these things all now is come to light.
That's right.
An original, and my conclusion I must tell you this, an original man working for a peaceful king, very wise man. He builds the mosque for his peaceful king to worship his peaceful guardian. He's the designer, the original designer. At high noon one day, he was alone and he was caught, killed by some very brutish people. Killed. And were carried away. They wouldn't leave his body there. They carried his body away. The peaceful king, he had to send his servants out to try to find the body of his great architect. Is that right? They searched. They went east, west, north, and south. The party that went west, they found. Is that right? They said that we found him. He's dead. But unless we find a sign of life from his grave, growing up from his grave. We see the sign of life. The Bible says, though dead, but yet shall he live. You must know the truth. He's dead, but yet he shall live. Again, those that die in the Lord shall live again. Henceforth says the Spirit. The Spirit of prophecy. Referring to a people that will lose the knowledge of themselves and of their God. But don't consider them to be absolutely hopeless, for they will live again. They will live again. They went and they found him. That's right. He was so dead that they couldn't rise him. They couldn't raise that man. They had to return to the king. It has to be told. They had to go back to the king and tell him, we found him, but we can't raise him. That's right. Yeah. Oh, praise God. What you want to do with him? We want to stand him upright. We want to place him on the square. But he can't stand up because we can't pick him up. We can't raise him. He's too dead.
That's right.
Cain said, oh yes, he will live again. Show me where you have found him. I will show you how to raise him. His servants could not raise him. I said to you, my friend, many have attempted to try to solve your problem. Many have come here trying to raise you. You were too dead here. They couldn't raise you. But now, the Father have came. The King of Peace has came and he has taught me how to get a hold of you. He says to me, you must rise, for the time is at hand. You must rise. It is written. Look in your own Bible. It is time. The Bible teaches you itself that it is time that the dead should arise. Stand him up. Put him on the square. Turn his face back to his people and his native land. Then he will be upright. Then he will be forever successful from then on. Take him up. While that they were searching for the body, they heard someone in the bushes groaning. Is that right? Those who had killed that fine architect was grieving and moaning. They were in agony over committing such evil. Is that right? Woe to me that I had ever brought such man here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But if your problem is not solved, Americans will say woe to us. For ever bringing such people as this to us, and for our evils that we have did against them. Today I will tell you of that which I know for myself. I had priest to come to me, and he said, I'm sorry. He said, we feel that we have mistreated you all and would like to do something about it. But the time is right that you must rise. Oh, Marcus Garvey, hard-working man, he wanted to see you into your own, trying to buy ships to take you back to your own, which is one necessary. And if you are not given up and put back into your own land and into your own people, your stay here will not be doing any good to America. No, no. And the wise man of America knows that. For God himself has found you, and God himself is after you. And he's not going to let America's rest, nor will he let you rest, until he has put you back in your place. Go after your own. Seek your own God. Seek your own religion, the religion of peace. You are a most beloved people. God just loves you because you are nothing and you want to make something out of you. It is not that you are so great. No, you are nothing. It is not that you are so good. No, you are evil yourself. But God just wants to fulfill that which he put in the mouth of his prophets, that he would come after you after 400 years of enslavement, and he would take you back and put you in your own native land. The world knows that. You're the only people that don't know it. But I'm telling you, it is time that you wake up. Stop going down to the beer garden drinking your stomach full of intoxicating beer, going home cutting celiacs. Stop ordering hard liquors to drink to make yourself a waste food. Stop taking your hard-earned dollars, wasting them up into liquor and beer that will turn you crazy and make you throw all of your money out in the streets and right back in the hand of the thief. Stop trying to buy expensive cars with only $50 a week income or $75 a week income, and the car note is $75 a month or $100 a month, and you don't make but $50 or $75 a week, and your house rent is $75 or $100 a month, not to mention your clothes, your food, your gas that you have to buy, which costs you 30 or 35 cents a gallon or more. Don't think of that. My friend, you are too extravagant with such little. You are like the book say you are, a prodigal son. Prodigal means something that is extravagant, wasteful. We are too wasteful with nothing. No land whatsoever. You don't have no home here. Millions of us here don't even own enough land to produce enough food to feed us in peace. That's right. We don't own enough land to produce enough food to feed 17 million mouths with black-eyed peas. And yet we are so rich that if we are given $75 a week or $50 a week, we can buy a $5,000 Cadillac and sleep in it at night. We are too rich. We are too wasteful. We are too ignorant. I say, my friend, wake up. We can't be satisfied with the $50 suit if the merchant shows us a $105 or $110 suit. If we don't have $110, if he said that we can pay little on it every week or so, okay. We sell our lives there to slave for a $110 suit or a $150 suit when we could have bought 3 or 4 suits for that. Wrong, my friend. That is wrong. We will never be anybody like that. I don't care if you go to paradise. You could soon break paradise if you're going to live like that. Yes. Don't be like that. You are fascinated by the wealth of the rich man. These people are rich. They own the country. They own the money. They own the house you live in. They make your shoes you wear. They make the socks you wear. They make the pants you wear. The shirt you wear. The tie you put on your neck. They make the hat you put on your head. And you sit down and don't make nothing. They sawed and build your own home, sawed the timber. They go and dig mud and burn bricks, build your home. You pay there for it. You could do a little of that, go buy you some muddy land, dig up some mud, make you some bricks yourself. They teach you how to make a brick, but you are too rich. Let them make it and I'll pay 10 or 15 cents a brick for it. Huh? You have too much money. Your roof falling in. You won't go up and patch it. Let him patch it. Huh? That's no good. Where are you going to build a nation out of yourself being that lazy? We are actually too lazy to do anything for ourselves. And yet say, he don't build me a house. He don't patch my roof. He don't put a lock on my door. Man, can't you do something for yourself? We must first find our own faults before we pile too many on the other fellow. We know the other fellow is guilty of all the many things that he should not have done that he did do. But yet you and I are not so innocent ourselves. We also is guilty of not doing for self. Get $10,000, sit down and play it on the horses. Huh? Like a millionaire. That's millionaire's way. He don't have nothing to do with his money. He sit here and bet on racing horses out there, see which one runs the fastest. I will bet. He got money to throw away. Yeah, you come up with 10 cents, wanting to put it on the line. You lose your dime, that's all of it. Huh? But if he loses $10,000, he has 10,000 more. It's a sin. Let's get together and do something about it. I'm happy to say that he has been found due west. He must be restored. He must be taken back in the temple of his own, the temple that he was the architect of. He must be carried home. So I'm happy to say to you that all of these things is now come true in your own history. You are the answer to it all. You are Himes Abeth yourself.
That's right.
Yes, sir. You are the one. You are the one that has been hit in the head. And it takes a long time for that head to heal. You are the one. You are the one needs to be stood up. I say, my friend, you are the one that have the blindfold on. You are the one ought to be crying for light and more light.
That's right.
But you are not. You are reaching for the blindfold.
That's right.
Stand up, my friend, for self, and know that you are in the day that you must be separated from the people that you have known for the last 400 years. God don't lie. He don't allow His prophets to lie. It is written and it must be fulfilled. You must go back to yours. I think the white people here has done a great thing for you and I. They have not driven you out of the country. They have tried to give you jobs. They have tried to feed you when you didn't have nothing to do. Is that right? That's the truth. Give credit where it's due. They're still trying to feed you and you are out of work today. Look at the unemployed lying around on the streets here in Pittsburgh. They are out there now by the hundreds. Is that right? Don't have no work to do. But yet won't go to yours. It is like the book that Lazarus was. He just wouldn't leave the rich man's gate. He stayed there until the rich man died himself. I say, my friend, I have God on my side to bring you into a better condition. I have God on my side to bring you into a land of your own, a home of your own, where you won't be giving other people a headache in their home, and where you won't have a headache trying to find a home where there is no home for you. This is the end of the white man's world. It could be the end of the black man's world if he wants to sit down and do nothing. Naturally, you will soon come to an end if you don't do something for yourself. That is, if no one else is not doing it. But as I told you 3 or 4 years ago in the paper, that you cannot always depend on the white people to carry you. But you didn't believe it. But now the day is fast coming that He's about to tell you. He soon will tell you. I just can't carry you, that's all. Don't have nothing for you to do. And if He tells you that, what can you say? Well, I hope made the bread for you. Now you don't want to give me no. But, brother, if He tells you to go for yourself, that you are free, now get on out and look over this earth for a living for yourself. Can you blame Him? Will you blame a lone mule that you open the lot gate and tell that mule there is green grass out there, mule? Go eat, help yourself. And that mule will not go out of that lot to eat, but still stand there licking the straw. Huh? It will make you angry with the mule. I'm not after nothing of the other man for you. I'm after something for your own self from your own self. No, I'm not trying to rob no one. I'm not going to tell no one to give you all you want and you sit down and do nothing. You won't find no such place as that in heaven. No, brother. No such place in heaven where that we just sit down and do nothing from the work that we did back here some years ago. Who's going to keep up to heaven? I'm so lazy now. In heaven, I'm not going to work it forever. I'm going to be around here eating, wearing long white robes and walking in gold slippers. Who's going to do all of this for me? Who's going to make these clothes for me? Who's going to grow the cotton? Who's going to look after the silk worms? To get this silk, to make my clothes of silk. Who's going to mine the gold for me? Huh? Have you ever thought over that you've been very ignorant? Been very ignorant. I don't know how in the world the slave master ever make our people such fools. But they did. Just so lazy now you just believe that when I go to heaven my work is done. I tell you the only place that I know that you can go where you won't never have to work and where that there will be no more disturbance, where you will be at peace and you will never be disturbed anymore. Know where that place? In the grave. Now let us not take the day for laughing. Let us be serious about it. The thing I want to see you do is do something for yourself. You have still a little money in the bank. Why not you take some of this money and pool it together, start raising yourself something to eat out there on the farm? The white man has created a good horse for you. A horse that eats gas. And that horse can plow much land. Why don't you and I get together and let's go buy some land since we can't go no place, and some of us get out there and start raising food for the others. And maybe if we show such industrious act that even the white man himself will try and help you. Anytime we see anything struggling for itself, if we see wherein that we can help it, we will help it. I believe that miracles would help us to do something for our own selves if we try. We just don't try to do nothing. We just look to them, feed me, hungry. Great big earth out here now, with all of this green grass and everything growing up, I gotta be hungry. Go put some wheat down there in the ground. Put some corn in the ground, brother, and we're gonna eat. Yes, sir. Go raise some chickens and some sheep and some cows. What better food do we want when we get milk and butter? Kill a lamb every now and then. Kill a fowl every now and then. What better food do we want? If we don't like that, go kill a little beef then. Brother, we just isn't trying to live. You want to live here? Go tell the white man that we will live in your country and we will work for our own bread if you give us a little place here to work and make that bread. And we won't bother you. We will try and feed our own mouth, and we will live at peace with you. We won't do anything but try and live at peace. And I believe if you go and approach the government like that, the government will say, well, he said, after all these years, he said, that lazy guy got up and want to work. You running down the street praising guns. Oh, the independent. Now, oh, the independent. Here's 17 million of you. Don't even own a square mile. That's own nothing. They don't even talk about being independent. Talk about integrated. Never talk about that you want to be independent. That's left up to the white man to talk about. And then you'll help him to be independent. But for yourself, you would like to be his beggar. Sitting around begging for something to eat. Give you a job, you give it all back to him for a bottle of liquor. That's a shame, my friend. Brothers, let's stop that. Make agreement with Elijah that you won't act like that from this day on. I would that you would do. I think. We have schools, trying to build a school. We're trying to buy land to raise our food on. We're trying to educate our people. We don't have no trouble. The white people treat us nice and we treat them nice. We never have no trouble. You don't find us running around getting in trouble with the white people and the school children coming in talking about this and talking about that. No. We try to live to ourselves. We don't want to be white, and I don't think the white people want to be black. We're not worrying them, and they're not worrying us. They treat us nice, and we guarantee them that we will treat them nice. A Muslim is a righteous person. He don't mistreat no one. To say that you're a Muslim means that you are righteous. Right. Not unrighteous. Unrighteous person is the one who mistreats people. We are not the people that mistreat you. No. We would not even carry a penknife to hurt no one. We just want to be ourselves and help you to be yourself if you want to be yourself. That's all we want to do. No. We don't care nothing about what you do, just so long as it don't interfere with us. Here's an earth big enough for all of us to live on, and we can get along in peace if we try. But if I want to rob you, I can't get along with you in peace trying to rob you. Let's cut it out. We are the biggest thieves of our own self. Stop robbing each other. And try and live at peace with each other. My friends, in my conclusion here this afternoon, I want to say to you, be your own self, and remember that God has appeared to you and I, desiring from His heart that you and I wake up, be our own self and go for our own self, and to love one another as we love our own self. Don't hate your own black skin. Love that skin. Try and keep it as pure as possible. Stop pouring whiskey in that skin. Stop pouring beer. Stop eating pig. I don't care nothing about who and where he came from. I don't care nothing about what kind of theologian he is. If he tells you to eat pig, tell him no.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad.